Hey, hello from the middle of Warsaw. Not exactly the middle, to be honest. It's more like the underground Warsaw. I have been living in Warsaw for the last 2 months, and I feel that I can talk right now about pros and cons of living here. My first impression is that the city is very green. There are a lot of parks, big and small, and a lot of green areas. And I love this fact a lot. It was the first time that I actually felt something that, oh, I really like living in Warsaw. When I was walking through one of the beautiful parks here, many people have dogs and walk the dogs. I have never seen so many dog owners in one place as it is here in Warsaw. The next thing which I love about this city is the transport infrastructure. To me, the most important is the cycling infrastructure because I can get anywhere on my bike. It is really awesome. I can cross the river in multiple points. I can take it to the tram, take it to the bus. It is all available in Warsaw. Talking about the disadvantages related to the transport system is that almost all parking spots are paid, and even the paid ones are usually taken, especially in the city center. That is why I love commuting by bicycle. It's so much easier. Alright, so moving to the next point, there's a great riverside by the Vistula River. People like to spend time there. There are a lot of cafes, many cool places, many niche places, and also what I love personally is the opposite side, opposite to the center. The other part of the river is wild. This is where you will find a lot of green areas like this one, where there are not so many people, but where you can spend time on nature. For instance, cook meat on fire. There are fire pits available. There are many concerts held on the Stadium Narodowy, and after each concert, if you go down to the river, it all feels like visiting the rock festival. The atmosphere there. Everyone partying, making fires, having good time, playing volleyball, badminton, and so on. I really like the atmosphere, and this is something you will not find in top places to go in Warsaw, because it's very special. You're supposed to live in the city to be able to find places like this. Sometimes you can accidentally get into a spontaneous rave, which is not to be announced anywhere, but people would put their equipment and hold this small rave event, which is also very cool. One bad thing though is that you cannot swim in the river because it is supposedly contaminated. Counterintuitively, the tap water is drinkable, so it is okay to drink directly from the tap. The next positive thing about Warsaw is that it is a student hub. There are many universities, facilities, libraries. I have registered in the library of the infamous University of Warsaw. It was very cheap, around $5 or $6, and now I can work there. The only thing is that you're supposed to keep silence because this is the library. So I cannot go to work meetings from there, but still I can work from there, and this is very nice. There are many international communities here in Warsaw, and this leads to the last thing which I like about Warsaw is that it is always full of life. Anything can be found here. This is the benefit of living in the capital. For example, I have observed that in other cities in Poland, because people are more family oriented or more religious, they often do not spend so much time hanging around the city after the work hours or during the weekend. During the weekend, the streets are very empty in Poland. This is not the case in Warsaw because here something is happening at all times, and you can find where to go, what to do if you want to. Talking about the disadvantages of living here, the first and the most important to me is that it is expensive, especially the rent. Many people don't want to rent their place to foreigners. Sometimes you may find in the ads that we don't speak English as an indicator that they don't want to have business with foreigners. Finding a place to live is not difficult, but the price is pretty high. To me, the next disadvantage of living here in Warsaw, it is a big city and it is noisy and the air quality is not good. I'm living here during the summer, and summer is the best time to be in Warsaw, according to some people. One of the reasons is not only that the sun is shining and it is warm in general, but also because the air quality is much better when people do not need to heat the apartments. This is true for all Poland in general, that during the summer the air quality is better. Same stands for Warsaw. Another thing which I do not like about Warsaw is the fact that weather is not perfect here. It's far from perfect. For me to find day when it is not raining and sky is not gray was very difficult, and in the end I just said that screw it and started filming the walk through the city video when the weather was not perfect. You cannot find perfect weather here, even during the summer. I was coming to Warsaw from the south, and as I was moving closer to Poland, the weather was getting worse and worse, so I was feeling it badly. Moving to the next point is the general over-regulation of things here in Poland and in European Union in general. For instance, you cannot do many things, and many things may cause fines if you violate certain rules. Talking about recent rules, there are rules, for instance, about what you can and cannot do on your balcony. So you're not supposed to put your clothes to dry on the balcony if this is visible from the outside. You're supposed to pay for parking, even if you are doing so near your own house, which is crazy. Or you can try to find free parking somewhere further away from where you live. What else? You cannot do wild camping, which is also true for most of the Europe. Coming from a country where these things are not prohibited, this all sounds like nonsense. To make a conclusion, I think that Warsaw feels like a very vibrant place to be during the warm part of the year. But unfortunately, the bad weather during the winter, the bad air quality, the high cost of life in general make it less attractive during the winter. During summer, Warsaw is the best place in Europe because there are so many things, the infrastructure is so good, so many events are happening. I'm happy to be here right now. So let me know what you think about life in Warsaw. What are other pros and cons? Maybe I haven't mentioned something. Happy to talk to you. Like, subscribe to see more videos like this one, and see you the next time. Bye.